welcome to my channel. As you can tell by the title, you can see already what this video is going to be about. It is going to be about my life experiencing having BRCA1 and pretty much explaining to you what BRCA1 is and what that means for me moving forward and me currently at my 24 years of life stage. So if you want to hear more about it, then just keep on watching. Okay, so if you don't know already what BRCA1 is, BRCA1 genetic mutation is really the abbreviation for breast cancer gene. That gene is actually responsible for suppressing having breast cancer. It is a tumor suppressant gene that actually every single person is born with. Every single person has the BRCA1 gene, but there's a small percentage of people like myself whose BRCA1 gene or BRCA1 gene doesn't operate properly. So what that means for me is my BRCA1 genes do not suppress tumors. They do not suppress my body from getting breast cancer, if that makes sense. So there's two types of BRCA1 genes. There's BRCA genes. There's BRCA1 and BRCA2. They're a little bit different, but for the most part, they are very similar. And when you have a mutation with those genes, it pretty much means that your body will not be able to operate properly when it comes to suppressing tumors and making sure that your body doesn't get cancer. So like I said, I have BRCA1 genetic mutation. That pretty much means that, like I said, my genes do not operate properly. I am one of the few percentage of people that that those genes just don't operate properly, and they do not suppress my opportunity to not get breast cancer. So just to throw some statistics out there, there is an 80 to 85% chance that I will get cancer before the age of 35, and after 35, it pretty much states that my chances of getting cancer are even higher. I think somewhere in the 90s. Fun fact, breast cancer is not it's normally not a genetically passed down gene. Breast cancer is something that usually just kind of happens to people. The people that do actually in fact have BRCA1 or have the BRCA1 or 2 genetic mutation can actually pass down their genetic mutation to their offsprings, which is pretty much what happened to me. My mom has BRCA1, I have BRCA1. And there's nothing any of us can do about it. Along with having BRCA1 and it being something that is genetic, it's not very common to have it in the African American community. It is not common to have it as a Black American or a Black individual. So it was extremely shocking to my doctors and a lot of the people that were even really just working us through getting working me through getting my genetic testing done. Since my mom had it, there's a large chance that I was gonna get it. So like I said, there's literally nothing anyone could have done about it. We didn't even find out until after my mom had cancer at a really young age, and it is not something that is passed down. It's not something that happens often in our family. It's not something that really anyone in our family has ever had. It was just something that was passed off in her father's side. And it is actually, the BRCA1 gene is actually something that is more commonly seen in Jewish communities. I cannot pronounce the type of Jewish community, but we are of Jewish descent. My mom's father, we did find out, was Jewish, and we found that out like way later in life. So we think that it just kind of came from his side of the family, and it is just something that I don't think he really realized he had. It was BRCA1 genetic mutation was really only founded around 1995, which is actually the year that I was born, so little over 20 years ago. So it is still not a lot known about it, but it is known that your genes do not fold properly when your body is trying to combat getting tumors and creating cancer. So when my cells divide, there's a possibility, 80 to 85% chance that the possibility of my genes or my cells, when they mutate, they will not mutate properly and I will be susceptible to cancer. Some commonly asked questions, why have I been posting that I've been getting cancer checks, or why have I been seen at a bunch of cancer infusion centers and cancer centers? I've been to quite a few of them, and the reason being is because I think June, I think, May or June of 2019, I found out I had BRCA1, and that really just kickstarted my journey. So since we found out that is the case, I have been having to get cancer checks. It's easier to just call them cancer checks because, to be quite frank, that's what they are. I've had numerous ultrasounds, numerous MRIs, numerous blood draws. I've had to take certain medications, certain vitamins, and just had my levels checked and just constantly checked to make sure that I do not have cancer. So a year ago, give or take, when I found out that I had BRCA1, I was given one of two options. I can wait to see if I get breast cancer. I can wait, I can keep my breasts, I can move normally, but I would have to get frequent cancer checks. I'd have to get my blood drawn quite a few times a year. I'd have to get a few MRIs, or I think an MRI a year, an ultrasound a year, a couple times a year. I think they also even said I'd have to get, I don't know, multiple mammograms. I don't know, I don't remember specifically, but basically until I was ready to remove my breast, I could get frequent, constant cancer checks. And the second option was to have a double bilateral mastectomy. I believe that's what it's called. Basically get both of my breasts removed and have implants put in place of them. And so if you are watching this video, you also probably know that I will be having surgery June 4th, 2020 to get my breast removed and get implants put in. I 100% decided on that. I really only had to deal with BRCA1 for a year now, and this has been awful. It has been absolutely awful and draining, having to have constant needles poking me, having constant doctor's appointments, constant visits to the cancer center, and spending numerous hours in the hospital just to get checked to make sure I, at this moment, do not have cancer. I did have a few more checks than I probably would have if I continued to keep my breast for a little bit longer, but since I am choosing to have the surgery, I had to have a few extra checks just to make sure that once I had surgery, I was not currently having any symptoms of having cancer or having any repercussions from keeping my breasts as long as I have. So I chose to get rid of them, or I'm choosing to get rid of them. And it was not a hard decision to make. It was an easy decision to make. I do not want to spend my 20s, my early 30s thinking about I could possibly get cancer, or think about having to sit and constantly worry, constantly be in a doctor's office. It's just not worth it. Sorry, I got a phone call. But yeah, so I was supposed to have this surgery back in April. Rona was running rampant, so they actually canceled it. My surgery is considered life-threatening. It is a life-threatening surgery, so that is why I'm actually able to get my surgery in the middle of COVID-19, not that they're doing a few more surgeries here and there. So my doctors are really only doing lumpectomies. They're doing they actually went ahead, they're gonna go ahead and do my bilateral mastectomy only because it's life-threatening. They have to go, so I don't get a choice. But yeah, they gave me June 4th, 2020 is the day that everything goes, and my life changes a little bit. The goal is to vlog as much as I possibly can this experience, so that way people get an understanding of what I'm going through and understand like how traumatic this surgery kind of is. I'm a little nervous about the pain because I heard the pain is just absolutely insane. So I'm gonna do my best to vlog as much as I possibly can. My mom is only allowed to be in some of the surgery or some of like my recovery and before surgery, but she is not allowed for a lot of it. So I'm going to do my absolute best to vlog as much as I can. I won't have my sister to help me take any video or to vlog as much as I wanted to. So I hope that answers all of your questions that you've had. If you follow me on social media, you have probably seen multiple times that I've been in the hospital, and I'm not sick. I am healthy. Only thing I have is like asthma issues, but other than that, I am healthy. I am able to get my surgery as of now. I do have to get tested for COVID-19 prior to surgery to make sure that I don't have COVID and that I am healthy enough to withstand the surgery. The surgery is about 5 to 6 hours, so I will be asleep. I won't even know. It'll just be a blink in time for me. So like I said, if you have any further questions, hit me up in my DMs, hit me up in the comments below. And if I get a lot of the same questions, or if I get a lot of questions, I'll just make another Q&A before surgery. And as of right now, surgery is like 2 weeks away, a little under 2 weeks away. It's like a week and a half. So I have a few more doctor's appointments, a few more surgery prep things, and then I'll be heading off to surgery, and I'll be out of commission for a while. Like I said, I'm gonna vlog as much as I humanly possibly can, so that way you can understand what is going on and how things are moving for me and how I'm gonna be moving forward. So thank you for watching. I love you all. You guys are all gems, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, guys. Bye.